What's the best burger in history?
Let's talk about that. Good mythical morning.
Heads up, a new episode of Wonder Hole comes out today. Yes, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific time on the Rhett and Link channel. This one's called We Chopped Down a Tree with Peanut Butter. What? Yes, we did. Here's a little taste.
From elementary school on, it was Rhett, Link, and Ben.
He was our third best friend.
He died from testicular cancer.
But in honor of his memory, we thought, what could we do that might make Ben laugh even from beyond?
Looks like you have made us a peanut butter axe.
It's just sharpening.
Yeah, you know.
I know.
Do you know how big the tree is that we're planning on cutting down?
We found out too late.
Peanut butter axe is doing something.
Ben would love this.
Every summer, we had spent almost every day doing something together.
We were caring for him in the only way we knew.
Oh, yeah. Force that butter in. Ben was this incredibly wise person.
Oh my goodness. It sucks that that was the last time we were together.
Maybe he's here right now watching us cut down this tree with an axe made of peanut butter.
Go over to the Rhett and Link channel, subscribe, please and thank you, and watch it.
Yes, throughout history, mankind has pushed forward to innovate and create better, faster, stronger versions of our greatest inventions, not least of all, the hamburger.
And the hamburger, beautiful of a creation as it is, actually dates all the way back to the 1st century AD. That's right, picture the Romans in a Burger King.
Oh, yes.
I guess you would call it Burger Emperor.
Oh, yes. So today we're going to try the most paradigm-shifting burgers in history and determine if the burger we know and love today is the best or if a superior option might be in our rearview mirror. It's time for A Taste as Old as Time, Burger Edition. Wow, this looks very interesting.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be nice if we had some sort of historical burger tour guide to help us through this.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm Josh. I'll be your historical burger tour guide. I was fired from Universal for assaulting the Jaws animatronic, and now I am here.
We're glad to have you. If you can walk us through the history of burgers, starting with this flagged creature.
Yeah, so this flagged creature is known as Ischia aumentata. I'm using the classical Latin pronunciation, of course. It actually comes from a cookbook called De Re Coquinaria from Apicius, which was actually written in about the 4th century AD. But it is ground pork wrapped in caul fat, which is a fatty membrane surrounding the digestive organs of several mammals. We chose to use pork in this one. It's seasoned with wine, a fermented fish sauce called garum that we once made in the parking lot from scratch here, but we're using store-bought, which is fine according to Ina Garten, and seasoned with pine nuts and a little bit of grape must. Enjoy.
I was excited.
Great must.
I was excited until he told me what it was.
I know.
He said it was pork?
Like a pork membrane
It's like a weird
sausage.
Well, the membrane kind of melts into the pork meat.
Okay. It's organy.
The pine nuts help quite a bit.
I'm a bit, oh gosh. Well, I keep biting into parts that like are aromatically alternative to what I would normally eat in a burger.
Aromatically alternative. You know, I appreciate the effort, and burgers had to walk so other burgers could run.
I'm just thinking about this.
Would it help if I told you that often fresh tuna's blood was added to the fermented fish sauce to give it an extra flavor?
Yeah, put it at the bottom, Josh. That's going to be the least good one so far.
That is a cute tower that you've stood by there.
Thank you. I carpented it myself.
Yeah, we will be ranking the burgers throughout time here and see who ends up on top. I don't think it's going to be that one.
Nope.
Both of you guys breathed like you were going to say something.
Yeah.
And I was going to make a joke about the Waterworld plane at Universal.
Go for it. Yeah, because I was like, yeah.
You start.
It's happening.
I was actually the first guy to jump the Waterworld plane over the wall in the Waterworld show.
Oh, that's my favorite part of Universal.
Yeah. It was an accident the first time. All right, so this is the Hamburg sausage. This is Invented in 1747, or at least that is the first recipe that we have. This is from English author Hannah Glass. What you would do is you would take ground beef, you would mix it with suet, which is kidney fat, add in some more wine so you see the Roman influence, and then the recipe says to wrap it in, quote, the biggest gut you have. The biggest one we could find was simply intestinal lining, and then you hang it in your chimney over sawdust to smoke. We just use normal mesquite wood chips, but this is the first time we really see a predecessor of the hamburger served on bread. This is served on a German piece of rye toast. German immigrants came to the Americas in the late 19th century due to upheaval in the Confederation of States, and Hamburg was known for exporting the world's best beef.
Oh,
Hamburg.
There we go.
Ja, ich liebe eine Hamburger.
But they didn't call it a hamburger, did they?
No, they did not. I believe Delmonico's Steakhouse in New York might be the first to be credited with actually calling it a hamburger.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Much later.
Much later, no, but 1747, the Hamburg sausage was invented. And also, burger as a suffix is very strange because it's completely lost context without the ham in front of it, because Hamburg is the city. So cheeseburger means nothing. It's a cheese hamburger.
Huh.
Cheeseburger means nothing. I mean, he just said that. Cheeseburger means nothing.
It's a city. It's a city in Germany.
Okay.
Hamburg. What is Berg?
Is this morally wrong, ethically questionable?
That is not how it would generally have been eaten, because they weren't disgusting savages back then like you, but I think that is perfectly fine.
Oh, they would have done what I was doing, which is
Yes.
like chop it and, well, that's what I'm going to do it as they did
I'll
it.
do it new school. I'm going to bite through the bread and find the sausage on the other side.
And I'm using a 18th century fork.
It's an improvement.
But saying it's an improvement, I know that we got places we need to go.
Anything was an improvement.
Yeah.
But this is actually a significant step up. There's just less guts in the meat, which is helpful. Can I set that right there for you?
Yeah.
What are you thinking about that going?
Well, I think it's just going above. We're going to keep the timeline intact.
So far, things get better with time. Will that pattern continue?
See, now,
That's a burger.
this is a burger.
That is a burger, and the reason you would look at that and call it a burger is because of the bun, actually. That was the first major innovation that happened in 1916 when a line cook named Walter Anderson in Kansas decided that the formerly ball-like burgers were cooking too slowly, so he gently patted the spatula down and realized with the new disc-shaped burger patties, you needed some bread to fit it in. They were formerly just served on sliced bread, so he contracted a bakery to form a circular bun, and the hamburger bun was born. He would go on to found White Castle, where he actually turned the burgers square to be more efficient so they would fit on the grill with no wasted
He
space.
was all about efficiency. What was his name? Walter?
Walter Anderson.
Walter
Anderson, he made a burger, and then he immediately windified it by making it a square,
Well,
and he invented the burger
he
bun.
castled it.
Yeah. And then he actually made his name more efficient by just going by Walt's son.
Now, I notice there is no
1916.
sauce.
That's correct. Typically, I mean, it took a while for people to come up with all these crazy condiments. No In-N-Out spread had been invented yet. None of that. So
Not
typically,
even
you would just
ketchup?
serve beef in a bun.
Beef in a butt.
Beef in a bun.
Right, okay.
He would then go on to add onions at White Castle. And that was known as a big innovation, too. We didn't even have a chance to put the onions on the burger here.
I mean, it's so much better, man, than the first two.
And I mean, this is a big step forward. This is like sending a monkey to the moon.
But just the taste of ground beef by itself is so good.
Yes.
Add some bread, it gets a little bit better.
Yes.
With handling it. I mean, I think we know where we're going. We're going
We got to go up.
up.
But let's stick with the timeline.
But this is the first time today that I've really enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
Today is the last day to enter the Golden Tea of Mythicality giveaway. 3 lucky mythical beasts will win either a $1,000 mythical shopping spree, an all expenses paid trip to meet us and see the Good Mythical Tour, or $40,000 cash.
What? You do not want to miss your chance to win, so go to mythical.com. You got to come.
Mythical.com.
I got to come. You got to come. Mythical.com today, September 13th, for terms and conditions. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You boys might know this as a cheeseburger, but back in 1925, when Lionel Sternberger invented this at the right spot in Pasadena, it was called the Aristocratic Burger, the original hamburger with cheese. Who knows why they shortened it? I like the original name. But his father owned this diner at Pasadena, and he decided one day to put cheese on the burger. Also, we've topped this with lettuce and tomato, which was known as a California burger back then because California has the best produce in the nation and still does 100 years later.
Huh.
Oh, and I see mayonnaise.
There is indeed mayonnaise on it. We actually found the original menu, and you could add mayonnaise along with lettuce and tomato to your burgers.
Wow. And just right down the road in Pasadena.
Right down the road in Pasadena.
Is that place still there?
It is not still there, but if you go to another place called Pie and Burger, they also have one of the earlier cheeseburgers, and I love them.
I love cheeseburger. I love cheeseburger.
I'm so glad that we live in the time of condiments.
So it took him 9 years for somebody, Lionel, to start throwing some cheese and some stuffs on it. 9 years. I mean, what was his name? Herb, the previous guy?
Walter.
Which one? Walt.
Walt.
Walt's son.
Walt's son did all of this stuff in the moment. Burger bun, and other stuff that we learned. 9 years later,
All that stuff.
like so much acceleration, it was like a dark time, I feel like.
Well,
And now the
9
bright light
years?
of cheese.
9 years was a long time back then. Think about how things change so fast with the internet. Everybody's trying to outdo each other, trying to come up with just crazy stuff for marketing purposes. 9 years, people were satisfied with just burger on a bun. But that is so much better.
So much better. Let's skip one.
You want to skip a whole generation? No way.
Oh.
No way.
Well, dads are fighting again.
No way.
Well, see, if
we can always change it.
whatever's going to happen next, we just witnessed the biggest innovation in burgers, period. That's
Right.
what I'm assessing. That's what I'm asserting.
Okay.
So,
I'm fine. We can always change it. You think that we're
and
going to go...
I'm going to show some love to it.
We're going to go back. Yeah, leave it up there. And you're saying from here on out it gets worse. That's your
Not that it
theory.
gets worse, but that the level of wonderful innovation is not going to be nearly as drastic. That's my prediction.
Okay, we'll find out.
All right, so the actual start date on the Smash Burger
Yes.
is heavily contested, but we are going to give it to Bill Culbertson at Dairy Cheer out in Kentucky. One of his employees smashed a burger down very, very heavily with a giant can of beans and then scraped it off of the griddle and noticed that it actually gave the burger a better crust.
Bill, look what I did!
That's a great dramatic reenactment. Which actually gave it more flavor because of the Maillard reactions. And then now in the 1950s, we are in the era of McDonald's, of In-N-Out, of all these competitors who start using different condiments, like special burger sauces like In-N-Out spread or McDonald's special sauce.
Yes.
Enjoy.
And now they've come back. I mean, that's the thing. Is that they're taking over LA right now.
Yeah, this has kind of been the dominant hamburger for a while now.
The way
So good.
that Rhett tracked the burger being delivered to the desk before we started rolling was like you hadn't eaten in days, and like the like love in your eye, the glint in your eye, just watching it come towards you.
Oh no, this one's links. Oh, look at this.
It's just true love.
Hey, some people, this is just how they interact with food. If you know, you know. I mean, I've had 5 burgers, or I've lost track. I could eat this entire thing and this entire thing right now. This is so good.
This is one of those places where I feel like
You talk, I'll eat.
I'm matching your enthusiasm because I think this is my favorite food. A smash burger. Yeah, it is. It's so good.
I have about 10 foods that tie at the top.
Yeah.
I call them the peaks.
Okay. So we're saying 50s, they started doing this in the diner. You'd sit down and you'd watch them smash it. And then you'd watch them take that dome and put it over the bun so it would get all steamed.
Now,
Nice.
you see what you've done
Beautiful.
here, Link.
I've done a thing that we have to undo post haste.
Yeah, you do. We got this one is so The innovation between this and 1925 may not be as significant as the innovation between 1916 and 1925.
Right.
But this is so much better. This is the best. This is the best that we have had thus far. And I'm going to finish that later.
And so the special sauce, the advent of that was in the 50s too?
Well, Thousand Island actually originally dates to the early 1900s, but the first recipe had like eggs, raisins, and almonds in it. And so you saw the rise in popularity and this kind of relish mayonnaise and relish mayonnaise and ketchup formulas start to come around in the 1940s with In-N-Out.
Wow, they used to put raisins in Thousand Island?
Yeah.
I want off that island.
For this grand finale round, we have asked Josh to predict where burgers are going, create it, and allow us to taste it.
Gentlemen, I call this the Yoshoku burger. Now, Yoshoku is the Japanese word for Western cuisine. As we've seen Japan come out of its isolationist feudal state into the Meiji Restoration in the 1900s, they sent emissaries around the world to find the best products and how to make them. It's the reason that the Japanese make the best whiskey. It's the reason the Japanese now have the best pizzerias in the world using the Neapolitan technique. We've seen Japanese make the best egg salad sandwiches in the world. That is an American diner staple. I think they will next make the greatest hamburger in the world. We have ground Wagyu smash burgers. Instead of the Oklahoma onion style, we did a Japanese negi or green onion smash burger. A little bit of bulldog tonkotsu sauce, a Hokkaido
Bulldog?
milk bun. Yeah, they call it bulldog sauce. It's kind of like a sweet soy with generally some ground stone fruit in there. And American cheese, because we perfected that.
It's a work of
American
art.
cheese. So it's a smash burger still.
I think
Because I was anticipating if he moves away from smash burger, we're gonna
No,
be
look,
upsetting
it's
this
definitely
thing.
smash
Yes.
burger.
Thank
Because
you.
that's an innovation that we don't want to go back.
correct. I think
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
post history when it comes to the smash burger. I think
Yes.
that is the perfect.
I love that.
It's like how Neapolitan pizza is the best, but the Japanese just made it better with playing with dough hydration.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stand here with my head out of frame and watch y'all.
It's hearty.
That's a good burger, Josh.
Thanks, man. Wish I had a bite.
I feel like I'm
I was fishing. Links look better.
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna have to do a side by side. Link, can you grab Josh? Could you grab the 1950s burger?
I love the story behind it, which helps it. It's progressive. It's what the fruit sauce thing. What were you calling it? The
sauce.
bulldog sauce.
Yeah.
It takes a little getting used to. This is nostalgic. So I'm loving it, but I'm also a bit torn.
Like Natalie and Brulia.
Have
He
you
took a big bite.
Have you ever? I don't want to. This may be sacrilegious, but have you ever thought to yourself that sometimes, in certain applications and circumstances, that Wagyu beef is actually less preferable than non-Wagyu?
Quite often, if I'm being honest, yeah.
It's less fatty, right?
Wagyu tends to be fattier.
But it didn't seem.
It all depends on the type of muscle that you are grinding. We used about an 80-20 grind here.
Okay.
But Wagyu, the fat actually melts at a lower temperature, which is what makes the breed of cow unique.
This is incredible. This will sell. I don't necessarily.
Where?
I don't necessarily think that this isn't where burgers are going to head. This is a great prediction. But if I had to choose which one I think is the Burger King, which is not a sponsor, that's not what we're calling it. We're calling it history's greatest burger.
We've already peaked.
Yeah, I think we can't go back.
The fact that it was invented in the 50s and now in 2024 it's having this resurgence and everybody's coming to their senses. It really shows us that we don't need to iterate. We did that for the past couple of decades.
Well, we need to you know what? Just let us enjoy it for a few more years before we move on. You know what? Maybe 2028 we move on. Just give us a few years to really enjoy it.
I totally agree. Make the announcement.
All right, the Smash Burger is history's greatest burger.
You okay with that?
I actually agree with you, man. Listen, we did our best, but
You did great.
I think they really did peak, and I'm gonna eat the leftovers of those.
What links?
Have at it.
Fair.
Thanks for subscribing and clicking that bell.
You know what time it is.
Hi, I'm Craig from Scotland. And we just finished doing the blindfolded burger taste test for my birthday. It's time to spin the wheel of the day.
The burger taste test for my birthday.
Burger.
Click the top link to see if we can
Burger
arrange
day.
fast food logos through time.
And to find out where Mythicality is going to land. Today's the last day of the golden tea of Mythicality. Go to mythical.com today for your chance to win.